Hello everyone! Welcome back to my stream. It is I, your humble host Sketchy. We are starting a new streaming day on this Wednesday, and we'll be continuing the side content for Chapter 8 in Reverse 1999 and starting side content for Chapter 5 that I missed, because apparently it's a thing as well. There are side stories for both Pit 7 and 6, if I remember the names correctly. The leader guy and the little girl obsessed with math. Right. From the Aperon Island. Both of them. So probably that will answer some of the questions that I had during that whole chapter, I suppose. We'll have to see. Anyway, let's jump back into the backstory for Lopera. Right. We did chapter 5 last time, rather stage 5. And now we are jumping into stage 6. I think we have stage 6, 7 and 8 left in total. We'll see how long it will take. Okay. Let's just make sure that everything is working alright stream side. I think everything is alright. Okay.
Ugh, darn it.
Darn it, open this door. Right, because Lopera got locked in that cabin when she was being escorted by that one dude. Well, escorted, quote unquote. Rather, she was being kept an eye on by him, just to make sure that she doesn't do anything that he didn't want her to do. That's the better description of it. Though it's only a thin bit of wood, her small frame can't make it budge an inch. The force propels her back to the corner of the room. Gotta hit the gym, Lopera. Traitor, Rodrigo, you lying old jerk. Damn you. You were lying to me from the start. He was. In a moment of silence, distant gunshots echo through the air. What's with the gunshots anyway? They persist from the very start of this expedition. The gunshots are far from their location. Sandro must have moved further, and Rodrigo must be closing in. Who is that Sandro even shooting at? Just shooting in the air to indicate his position or what?
Let me think.
Let me think. There's always a way out. Stay calm, Opera. I can still find them. A way out, a way out. How do I get out of this? I'm out of bullets, otherwise I'd shoot the luck out. Yeah, I was about to ask you about that one. Alright, because she gave most of her bullets to that Rodrigo guy. Can't you, like, make more of these? I've seen you being able to generate them with your crucible. Lopera falls back on the rough, damp floor, accidentally tipping over her cauldron. Several grey pellets roll out. These ones appear to be darker than before. She picks one up and examines it.
What's going on?
Did those smoke bombs in the cauldron react with something else? After pondering for a moment, she gives up trying to understand, tossing the pellets back in the cauldron.
Ugh, I've never been able to wrap my head around alchemy.
Why are you using it then? You seem to be relying on it heavily. But maybe I can use this thing to make a bomb or something. Lopera scrapes some gunpowder residue out of her gun barrel and adds it to the cauldron. I don't think that would do anything. The gunpowder residue in a gun would all be burned up, wouldn't it be? This should make it more explosive. Let's see, what else can I use? A rotten banana peel? I mean, it can make things explosive if you eat them. Your next visit to the toilet will be explosive, but I don't think that's what you are looking for. I guess it could give things a kick of energy, hopefully. The young alchemist doesn't follow any particular recipe, choosing her materials by intuition alone. This is the alchemical equivalent of vibe coding. It should do. Hopefully it be some kind of bullet or explosive. And she'll create some kind of deadly gas instead, I'm guessing. And it's bound to pack a punch with bombardier beetles in the mix. I mean, granted, bombardier beetles themselves create volatile chemical compounds, so maybe this will do something. She adds a few drops of blood dripping from a wound on her thigh, the doing of sharp branch during the rainforest trek. Blood, the source of life and strength. That's gotta do the trick. Yep, vibe coding. Get boiling, passé. It shakes like a toad that swallowed a beehive in a single gulp. The self-heating arcane cauldron transforms her motley material into a kind of metallic fluid. For a moment, she starts to believe she may actually have the chops to be a professional alchemist. The fluid begins to broil and smoke, getting darker and hotter by the second.
What's going on?
Is this thing about to explode? Well, you wanted a bomb, didn't you? Just toss it at the door. It becomes abundantly clear that the cauldron is indeed about to explode. Well, that's one bomb. Whoa! Lopera kicks the cauldron towards the door and ducks for cover. There's a dual thud, then boom. Right. Distant gunshots echo again. She remembers her father's words. Find Sandro. Right. Lopera. Lopera. Could it be that? No, she's alive. She's on one tough arcanist. You know, she's taken a bullet before. Some slum kid that gave her a run for her money once upon a time. I'm guessing some Xenos soldiers found her. She survived then, and she'll survive this time, too.
Why?
Why did she come to such a place? Looking for Sandro, I guess.
What?
What? Sandro? Who's Sandro? Bang! More gunshots ring out. Forget it. We need to get her out of here.
Copy that.
Copy that, Major. Sandro. Look, her eyelid switched. Bang! More gunshots. And she's tunnel visioned onto her single objective of find Sandro. Right.
Sandro.
Sandro? Sandro, where is he?
My god.
My god, you're awake. Lopera has never seen a Major Cassian like this, drenched in sweat, eyes bloodshot. How did you find this place? You're lucky, Lieutenant. We weren't far away from when we heard the explosion. Well, it did its job then. An explosion. Besides the explosion, did you hear gunshots? There are gunshots everywhere, Lopera. Carlos... I know. He was killed by them mutineers. Huh. I don't know how you found out, but that's the long and short of it.
Traitors.
Traitors didn't manage to take the base, they scattered, now they are on the hunt. Now we are on the hunt. Right. I was talking about gunshots in the rainforest. I heard gunshots. Constant, distant gunshots. I don't think we heard any gunshots before, just the howling of some wild beasts. Wild bears. Bears in a rainforest? What? I mean, maybe in this world. I don't think there are any bears in rainforests of South America, as far as I know. Idiota, wild bears? Wild bears here? Exactly, my dude. Are there no bears in Brazil? Nope, as far as I know, nope, none of these. It must have been the Mapinguari? Okay, Mapinguari? Lopera regains some energy from her confusing joke. She forces herself back to her feet, taking her blown-up cauldron from the hands of her comrade. Never mind. How many mutineers are there? At least half of our forces in Sao Paulo. They did a number on what was left of us too. It will be difficult to take the direct action against them until reinforcements arrive. Huh. So their forces got split in half? That's harsh. So, for now, we are attempting to keep them disorganized by harassing their positions. One of our prisoners said that rebels and the Apostles' Brotherhood are meeting at the estate nearby, but we haven't been able to pinpoint the exact location. Lopera stays silent, taking several unidentified pills and swallowing them down with water from her canteen. Why is she keeping on doing that? She isn't even entirely sure what those pills do. Lieutenant Lopera, I know what you are thinking, but you can't. You may have a concussion. I'll be fine. If there's anything wrong with me, these pills will cure it. Will there? Will there? I mean, last time you tried those, you have fallen into a trance of sorts.
I have to find Sandro.
Forget Sandro. My orders came directly from Admiral Igor. Her rescuers exchange glances. The mention of Admiral Igor forces them to set aside their concerns for now. Right, because his word is law around these parts. Admiral Igor? Alright, then we find Sandro. But where do we even start? Follow the gunshots and you'll find him. Presumably, but it's not the most solid plan. Gunshots? Bang. Like that? Exactly like that, my dude. And that's another part done. Right, so we have to get through the forest again. Support system characters. Invite the following characters for assistance to gain buffs. How do I even do that? I still don't get this system. I don't think I can invite any characters for this part. Alright, so let's just guess for now and go west. I've got some news that that will cheer you up, says the amateur information dealer, hoping to peddle rumors of dubious origin. My favorites. Take special measures. You rarely play by the rules. I'm not so good with words, so how about you talk to my gun? Huh. Okay, fair enough. What now? We just went west, so maybe south? A scrapped tractor and plow lie in the corner, along with a foul-smelling skeleton. Something happened here. Huh. Investigate carefully. Gathering evidence isn't your specialty, but you managed to do a sufficient job of it. In the end, you realize that it's just an unlucky soul who lost his life in some unfortunate accident. Stamina cost increased for 2 rounds? Huh. It's a problem. Distance very far, west-south. So let's go west, and then south, maybe? A broken down off-road vehicle sits outside the house. If you can get it running, your journey will be much smoother. Huh. Can I make anything useful for this? Nope, not this time. Attempt to repair it. The car is miraculously fixed, but what else are you going? What else are you expecting? It still doesn't have battery or gasoline. There's no way you can get it running. Okay, so that did nothing. And now south. An open suitcase hangs from a branch. Right, we did that before. Nothing useful. Take care of it. Cassette in this book's right. We've read through this. So again, west. After a long period of exploration, you are exhausted. Time to consider your next steps. Sit down to rest. You should rest first. The road ahead is still a long one. Right, we've regenerated a bit. Out of it. Distance far, west-south. So west then. You arrive at the abandoned shelter, which once provided refuge for a family, or so you believe. Ah. Pick up the picture frame. It's a dusty family photo. What could have happened for them to leave without taking it with them? Okay. So, south now. 2 Xeno traitors are laying in ambush in the grass. You are on the target, but once you meet the gaze, the game is on. Right, create some chaos. You seize the opportunity to escape. Best not to waste time on trivial matters. West again, maybe. The charred remains of a house destroyed by a fire many years ago. Now it's a heaven for tropical animals. Cannot craft any ammo. Remain cautious. The charred remains of the house eventually collapse, but fortunately no harm is done. The animals will have to find a new home. Find new homes, right. I don't know why being patient and cautious basically gives you bad outcomes in this mode. Okay, we cannot go west. Ah, east-south now. Okay, so east. A vendor at the market recognizes you and starts hawking his trinkets. He hails from a village you are familiar with. Right, we need the butterfly thing. Right, to make it. Ah, we've managed it. Right. They're hard to turn down. Rather than leaving you up to buy some trinkets to reciprocate his kindness, it's been a while since you felt such warmth from strangers. Okay, so stamina cost reduction. And now south. Laplace environmental monitor sits in a house visibly out of commission. Attempt to repair it? Right. East again. Smuggler poisoned by Yarara lies dying in the house corner, still clinging to his now useless treasures. Can we make anything useful for this? Buy the guts. Buy the goods. Right. You leave something he might find of use, and in return the supplies are yours to take. Few goods for life is more than a fair deal. Right. West-south now. Okay, west. A vendor at the market recognizes you and starts hawking. Right, we have done that before. Decisively decline. Clearly this is not the time for shopping or catching up. I'm doing circles right now. A colorful bird nest catches your attention. You are always sidetracked by eye-catching things, but who wouldn't be? Continue moving forward. Admiring scenery is enjoyable indeed, even if it's of no help to your journey, but you already know this. Okay. Now let's go south. Right. Another encounter like this. The gambling chips catch your attention. Right. Okay. West-south. So south. A cup of cold cappuccino. Observe. Sits on a decaying tree stump. It's an overly distinct, rather bewildering clue. Observe carefully. After a careful consideration, you conclude this is merely a cup of cold coffee. Don't be discouraged, at least you've gained some unexpected insight. Okay, whatever. Now... west? There we go. Success. We are done with that. Stage 07, no place to go. Alright. Jump straight into it.
Hmm?
What is this place? Some kind of old estate by the look of it. The soldiers experienced in jungle warfare crouch low, hiding their forms in the shade of the tall walled structure. The last shots we had came from somewhere near here, but there are no signs of any battle. It's the estate that the chapter 8 took place in initially, right? It looks like it. While there's no sign of battle, a quick investigation soon reveals that within the estate a large force of Xeno rebels, along with a member of Apostles... soon reveals that within the estate are a large force of Xeno rebels, along with members of Apostles Brotherhood. Right. If there wasn't a fight, it could mean that Sandro escaped, or he was captured. Then this is the estate the mutineer we interrogated mentioned. So I'm guessing this is the estate where they find Anjonala as well, along with Brotherhood members. There are some oddly dressed people here, besides the rebels and apostles. A few strangely dressed individuals sporadically move between the doors and the courtyard. Their dark clothes not suited to Brazilian sun.
Nanas vindicte.
Right. That checks out. Look at all these crates. The wood looks bone dry. These must have been brought in recently. This may be the main base of operations. If so, we have an opportunity to deal a lethal blow to make a lethal blow to them here and now.
Be careful.
Ah, right. Anjanala, there she is. Be careful. There's someone over there. See that strange black-haired woman? Those clothes of hers don't look like fashion accessories. Because they aren't.
My god.
My god, what is that she's eating? Is that human? Is it? Look closer, Major. It's turkey. Just an old dry one. How do you mistake a turkey for a human carcass? Okay. That's one big turkey leg.
So,
So what's in God's name is going on here? Rebels? The Brotherhood? Called cultists? It doesn't matter. Zeno can handle them all the same way. A small grey part bounces in Lopera's hand. Take them out first. Ask questions later. Right.
Be careful.
Be careful. I have a feeling that the turkey leg, turkey-eating Mujir will be a toughie. Are we fighting on Anjanala again? Seems like it. And a couple of soldiers. The Xeno deserters. Okay. We have done that one before.
Very well. Let me try my hand.
Don't take a wrong step. Так ярко и тепло.
Ah, an interesting one.
Ah, we are forced to use Lopera. I didn't notice. Oh well. We'll do what we'll have to do. Then.
Hold your breath. No worries.
Let me think on
I
it.
guess we'll end this
that.
immediately anyway.
But only for an instant. Please, don't resist.
Sorry, Nala.
Right.
We've gotta kick your ass again.
No? Puzzlinga?
No, no, no.
I don't know
I don't know anything. I don't know. Who are you? He lowers her eyes, refusing to answer. Lopera doesn't care. And you are with Manus Vindictae? Yes. Then you are going back with the rest of these prisoners. Her head flutters like a banana leaf in a hurricane. That's a weird analogy. Also, technically, Nala was taken hostage by Manus Vindictae as well. So, is that if I were her, I would say that I was hostage of Manus Vindictae. Simple. That wouldn't even be a lie. No, I didn't mean that. Please, I haven't any idea who these people are or why they came to Sao Paulo. I only came out here looking for food, and might I say that Turkey was utterly revolting. The bizarre and apparently very hungry woman had been a powerful opponent. Ordinarily, she might be intrigued by her story, true or not, but she had other things on her mind. Then I need to ask you about a couple of people. Of course. She nods eagerly, desperately. I'm looking for a man named Rodrigo, middle-aged, tan-brown skin, wearing a vest. She nods frantically, hoping to trade her answers for freedom. think I saw him, yes. The large man that came out from the forest. He was with someone else, a young man.
Hmm?
A young man? Could that been Sandro? I'm afraid I don't know. I didn't know any of them, I swear, I'm not lying. The Brotherhood took the old man and locked him in the basement. The younger man ran away into the forest. I couldn't find him for you. I could find him for you. I have an excellent sense of smell, if I do say so myself. Forget about it, girlie. You've got bad news written all over you. Please let me go. I'll be good.
Let me go. I'll be good. I'll never see those bloody menace vindictae again.
Right. You don't really think I'm going to let you go, right? Sorry, lady. You're going straight to the Xeno lockups until we know what to do with you. Lockup? I've told you everything. Please, please, miss. Why can't you just let me go? Poor Nala, being captured by everyone in her path. Like a Pokemon. I don't want to go to jail. I won't. Ma'am, please do not resist. She springs forward, her claws slicing the air, almost scratching the soldiers holding her back. This wacko cult is getting out of control.
I'm not in any kind of cult!
Just get her moving. Those Arcanum restraints have a time limit. Two soldiers drag the struggling prisoner away to a particular cell on a particular base. Right. Rebels, the Apostles' Brotherhood, and now Manus Vindictae. The complexity of the situation is now far out of hand. But she still has one clear, unequivocal purpose: to find Rodrigo and, through him, Sandro. She cannot fail her mission. Righty. This must be the basement. Rodrigo lies slumped in a corner, unconscious and covered in blood. Well, your gambit didn't work out, did it? Yeah, that's him, Rodrigo. A set of frayed ropes lies around him, along with a sharp, blood-stained stone. He might be bleeding out. I'll check on him. Major Cassian steps forward to lift his head, checking for signs of life. Huh? Rodrigo suddenly bolts up, seizing the Major by the throat, then pulling him close to make him a human shield. Right. Cassian! The sharp bloody stone is pressed up to the Cassian's carotid artery. As at the same moment, her revolver is pointed at Rodrigo's forehead. Nope, he doesn't. Shut up! Drop the gun, or Xeno loses another fine officer today. Rodrigo, you have no way out. The hand holding the stone shard trembles, leaving a red gash on Cassian's neck. What are you even doing here? I told you that you'd never keep me locked up.
Where is Sandro?
No.
No, you know I'll never tell you. He'll be free of all this soon. Anxiety and desire churn in Lopera's stomach. Her patience wears thin. One last chance, Rodrigo. Keeping your mouth shut won't help you now. Xeno will find him. Sandro isn't involved in any of this. I'm the one at fault here. He's involved?
And Sandro.
And Sandro, he's just a kid. I've had it with your lies. You wanna explain why this innocent kid had dealings with the Apostles' Brotherhood? Only because of his idiot father.
Father, do you really think you can play the hero here?
Did you even once stop to think what would become of Sandra after all of this?
You're just turning him into another you, a total moron!
Is he Sandra's father? Or not? A turncoat, a traitor, selling out everyone he knows for a bit of cash. If he grows up to be like you in the end, then he'll be just another conman, always on the run, with not a single person that cares whether he lives or dies. Or I can take Sandro back with me. Zeno can turn him around, teach him what honor means.
Sandro will never go with you.
I'll never let Zeno take him. An army that brutalizes neighborhoods, then kills its own officers. And you have the gall to tell me about honor? That's never happening again. Well, it happened once. He's right on that. Heh, little birdie, once there's a first, there will come a second, and a third. Honestly, he's not wrong. You don't know anything, old man.
No.
Are you
you're
sure
the one
about
who
that?
doesn't get it.
No, you are the one who doesn't get it. I struggled my whole life. Who helped me? Who gave me a damn thing?
Nobody.
Nobody. Everything I have, my family, my property, I've earned it. And I'll protect it by any means necessary. I've never killed anyone innocent. I just did what I had to do. You think every one of them wouldn't have done the same if they were in my shoes? I'm sorry about your friend, but it wasn't my fault.
Of course I care about you.
Your friend, her name was Nydia. See, I remember. I'm not as uncaring as you might think. You're lying.
No, listen.
Don't say it. Don't you open your mouth. Pray I don't hear your voice again today. Damn you. Just go to your room.
I'm never setting foot in that room again.
Is that just Lopera reliving her own trauma with her own father? I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of anything. I'll run away. You can't lock me up. Where will you go? Take another step outside, and those brutes will tear you apart.
Nivea, Laura, and their parents. They hated you, not me. I've done nothing wrong.
Is that so? What makes you think you deserve to stand here? To live as you do? I should kick you out, send you back to the banana plantations, let you experience the disease and death I took you away from. Then you'll see, then you'll behave. No, never.
Don't you think you've got their blood on your hands too?
Nothing like that.
You have no idea what you're doing!
Fine, then I'll stay ignorant.
Did she shoot her father?
Lopera.
The Major grabs Rodrigo's falling body by the arms, gently lowering it to the ground. The shot echoes over and over against the cramped stone chamber, leaving the ears ringing. So she shot Rodrigo in her PTSD-fueled vision, effectively. There is nothing pleasant about a bullet grazing your face. But it's better than a slit throat. I owe you, Lieutenant. Sorry, I'm glad you're okay. Sandra is still out there. Are you insane? Cassian shakes Lopera by the shoulders, but quickly stops. The girl looks ready to fall apart. When Cyberpunk? Hey there, mate. Cyberpunk will be starting roughly in 2 hours with a change? Around 6 p.m. Roughly. Just to make this easier for you, on our current schedule that I'm using, every day that I'm streaming, Cyberpunk starts at 6 p.m. for now. Right. Cassian shakes Lopera by the shoulders, but quickly stops. The girl looks ready to fall apart. Forget it. I don't care about your orders or mine. Don't go after him. Let it go. I'm taking you back to base to recuperate.
But
the Admiral said... A soldier rushes in, interrupting the conversation. Major, we had a shot. Is everything okay? To BH, I have to watch streams between 8 and 6 p.m. Later is like 20% tops. Can't help you there. That's the schedule that I can stick to for now. It's going to be a little bit different in the future because I want to start my streams an hour early. So in the future, Cyberpunk streams will most likely start around 5 p.m. But for now, it's 6 p.m. That's the schedule that I can stick to. For now, at least. I was taken hostage by a prisoner, but Lieutenant Lopera here saved my life. You can always switch and start with Cyber. Honestly, I'd rather do my gachas first, because it's easier to segment the events for them and make nice 2-hour streams for each. For Cyberpunk, it's harder to predict when it will be a good time to stop the stream. So I'd rather have more time left to start the Cyberpunk stream when I feel comfortable with it, so I can extend it a little bit without switching the schedule. So it works out well for me to stream Cyberpunk last. Right. Your aim is still as flawless as ever, Lieutenant. Unfortunately, I have something urgent to report. We found the body of a young man on the perimeter. Seems he died about 10 minutes ago. That's unfortunate. I'm guessing we are not getting him. If this is Sandro, we are not finding him. Alive, at least. Gunshot wound looks to be self-inflicted. Huh, that's odd. Why would he do that, though?
My God.
My God, this is a dark day. Well, when worst comes to worst, you can always watch my streams as a VOD on YouTube. I appreciate every view on YouTube. Speaking of which, I much more appreciate VOD views on YouTube than on Twitch. Because of how VOD views work for both Twitch and YouTube, the views on Twitch are basically worthless to me on VODs and more worthwhile on live views, on live streams. And the opposite is true for YouTube. The views on VODs matter more for me, and the live views matter less. It's weird like that. At least for now, until I manage to become at least an affiliate on Twitch. Because right now my VODs on Twitch can only remain up for 7 days, which is basically nothing. And they get auto-deleted by the Twitch itself. It's weird like that. The misty canopy of the forest blocks out the scorching tropic sun above, leaving the ground perpetually shaded and wet. Major Cassiano gently brushes the freshly engraved tombstone. My dear Antosha, who could have thought this day would come? You always said you'd be the second in our class to become a major. Carlos was a malparido, a swine of the worst kind. He put too much faith in brute force. He used the Xeno bullets and Arcanum explosives to get his way, never expecting they could be turned against him. Many of our soldiers here are local recruits. They were caught between the loyalty to the communities and the loyalty to Xeno. Carlos pushes them to too far. Did they kill him before he launched the operation? Yes, he never got to give the order. Perhaps that's a good thing. I think if we had gone through with it, all of Sao Paulo would have turned against Xeno. Not just the Apostles' Brotherhood. You have to create custom thumbnails for those YouTube videos, then sort them into playlists so it's easier to watch the whole series for a specific game. And then you could start with positioning. Yes, I mean to do that constantly, but I didn't get to it yet. I'm lacking time to focus on it, and it will require some dedicated time to make it happen. But I will do it eventually, I promise. Something that I would very much appreciate help with from someone eventually, but for now I'll have to do it on my own. I have only so many hours in a day to dedicate to streaming for now. If one day I can do this full time, I will probably do it better, but for now I can dedicate only my spare time to streaming related stuff. The secret is to tell this guy that some things are not important? Right. You have 158 videos, earlier you do this, the easier it would get. True. No lie detected there. I don't even argue with that. Because the not important things get done first, or at least that works for me. With some kind of AI agent slave. That would imply that I can program AI agents. I'm not exactly proficient in coding or even AI interactions in general. I can force an AI to do some basic things, but not much, let's say. Right. I knew that list was fishy from the start. Choice words, Lieutenant, but I also found concrete evidence in Carlos's files. The informant was a retired veteran from Rio, Rodrigo. Right. Remember that scene in HXH? In what? With Jean above a big monster, which is above bigger monster, is basically like that with AI. I'm not exactly sure if I know what you are referring to there. Tell AI to create an AI that would be able to teach another AI to create proper AI agent. You are joking, but this is an actual practice that exists in the industry right now, in many industries, and it's falling apart as fast as it's becoming a thing. Companies are losing millions because this is becoming a thing, and they have to rehire droves of people that they fired because this was becoming a thing. So I'd rather not fall in the same trap. That is a trap, let me tell you. Several big companies are already burning because of that trend. It was him. Immersed in his story, the Major doesn't take notice of Lopera's shock.
That's right.
That's right, I suspect he fabricated the entire list. Like you said, they were all just ordinary people. Some might have had occasional dealings with the gangs, but you know how it is in Sao Paulo. Such situations are hard for the common folks to avoid. I can only imagine the hell we could have unleashed if we had gone after them. Right, they almost burned the entire reputation on that operation that Rodrigo essentially pushed them into. Was that intentional? I'm not entirely sure yet. Right now they are forcing me to use cloth in my work, and I get praised for wasting money doing so. More tokens I use, the better. Yeah, I did collide with this practice as well in my previous work, and I was effectively seeing a company kill itself in real time with the AI use. It was fascinating to watch. I'm almost happy that I'm not working there anymore, because I'm expecting that by now that company is in shambles. It was like watching someone eat Tide Pods in real time, in slow motion. Fascinating behavior, let me tell you. I can only imagine the hell we could have unleashed if we had gone after them. As for asking Zeno to retrieve Sandro from the Brotherhood, I guess that was his condition for acting as an informant. But Zeno would have eventually found out he had given them false information. Why would Rodrigo risk himself like that? I guess he hoped that Sandro would be free and clear before we found out. A man like Rodrigo could get away from this place a thousand different ways. If we were to speculate on his actions from before, from a more negative perspective, Cassian casts an apologetic look to Lopera's way. I'd wager he was using you to snatch Sandro from the Brotherhood's grasp. Then he'd have shot you in the back of the head on the way back. Probable. I guess you were too smart for that, though. He didn't expect Lopera to be so inquisitive, I'm guessing. Yeah, he said himself that he expected a regular Lino Grant to be overseeing this mission, not Lopera. That's fair. I'm eating authentic Polish chocolate right now. It tastes like chocolate. Well, call me surprised. Chocolate tastes like chocolate. Who would have thunk it? Also, bon appetit on that. After eating chocolate from Germany, Belgium and France, I would say that Polish chocolate is one of the better ones in Europe. At least from my experience. It's not the top one, but like in the top 5, I would wager. It's quite decent. Also, which one is it, out of curiosity? Maybe I know it. Bang! Then Rodrigo and Sandro would have disappeared forever into the rainforest. Ah, Vavel ones. They are decent. Vavel sweets are like the middle of the road in terms of quality. Not the top quality, but they are decent. Bitter kinda-ish aftertaste? Yeah, in general, our sweets are comparatively less sweet than what I experienced from other chocolate-based sweets around the world. For example, Belgian chocolate is much sweeter than the Polish one. So, in general, we have more bitter tasting chocolate sweets in general. Bavel only makes acceptable truffles and batons. I mean, not entirely untrue. Yeah, Vedel is the higher quality one. True. You guys need to taste Modena chocolate? I'll try if I have... I try to if I have a chance to. It's harder and better chocolate. It's not difficult to make a chocolate better than Vedel, let me tell you. They use a mechanic production instead of melting? Ah, interesting. So they like compress the chocolate? Neat. Bang, then Rodrigo and Sandro would have disappeared forever into the forest. The humidity rises to a suffocating level. They don't hear the approaching footsteps. Ah, Igor has arrived. So this is shortly before the chapter 8 start. Major Cassian, Lieutenant. Admiral. The Major raises a perfectly drilled salute among the tombstones. Grey eyebrows, grey-blue eyes, and grey-brown tombstones. Amid these, the girl who usually burns with a fiery glow seems almost dimmed. Right, she doesn't know what Igor will tell her after she failed her mission. But we know for a fact that he didn't really punish her. The old admiral bows his head and in mourning. Major Cassian quietly steps away. And you have to try Grześki Wafel? Yeah, Grzesiek is the Polish classic of the teen to young adult variety. What about paper? Polish paper and notebooks? Any suggestions? I'm blanking on that, honestly. I was never an expert on the topic. Beats me, I guess. I bought some Polish notebooks for watercolor and I love them. Huh, fair enough. I'm not much of an artist myself. I can draw and sketch a little bit. Hence my name. But honestly, painting and intricacies behind paper types were never my strong suit, so I can't help you there. Lopera breaks the silence.
Father.
Father, it was good of you to come to San Paulo. He remembers the day, the moment that a fully armed transport helicopter landed with exact precision on the base's helipad. The lines of loyal Xeno soldiers in formation saluting upwards the hatch with reverence. I haven't had time to talk with you since coming to Sao Paulo. Our late General Carlos left me in a mire worse than any Brazilian swamp. We must start over. Sao Paulo's garrison will be integrated with my own personal guard. This should simplify matters. If you sketch, you've gotta make a sketch on a A1 or A2 page and put it on a wall behind it. You know what? This is not the worst idea. I was meaning to put something on that wall, and I was planning on making that some posters, but I could make it my personal sketch wall. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea. Maybe I could get back into sketching. That wall is screaming to put some art on it. True, it's very empty. So maybe in the near future it will be my sketch wall. Who knows? We'll have to see. Okay. We must start over. Sao Paulo's garrison will be integrated with my own personal guard. This should simplify matters. Lopera doesn't think too much about the details. Her father's military wisdom and character stand unquestionable in her mind. I think that our friend here suggests more color instead of white sheets that will be so lit up that we won't see there's any sketches there. No, I would totally make them colored sketches. I understand the interaction between light and blank paper. White and black paper, rather. I'm well aware that it would be a good idea. She has a long way to go before she can match her father in any of these respects, especially with another mission all but failed. Father. Spit it out. I didn't bring Sandro back. I failed my mission. Sandro. He speaks the name dryly. It clearly holds no significance to him. You misunderstood your orders. When you reported to me over whatever that device was, I ordered you to return to base, not to find Sandro. Right, because she didn't exactly hear that clearly, so she was mistaken. Duly noted. You didn't want me to find him? The Admiral doesn't reply to her, offering only a rise of his grey brow. You are right, you were with Rodrigo then, yes? Allow me to tell you about this man. While deployed in Rio against the cartels, he failed a crucial mission. His identity was exposed, and as a result, his children were kidnapped. They demanded the names of his fellow operatives. He traded them for a list for his son, Sandro. But something happened. The deal fell through, and his daughter was killed. Right, so Sandro was his son, like I suspected. And his fellow operatives?
A total bloody tragedy. Like hell.
They were massacred. I'm told there wasn't enough left of them for identification. He deserted his post and quietly made his way to Sao Paulo. He took the boy with him, but hid him away. It's a pity he died. He might have been a valuable witness. Valuable, rather. The thick, humid mist fills Lopera's lungs, stifling her words. The Admiral turns away from the rows of tombstones, his demeanor comforting in a way strange and unfamiliar to them both. It was a necessity of war. You had to protect your comrade. A warrior's impulsive nature clouds your judgment. Yet on that day, when you had the choice to kill your father, you choose wisely. Self-control, Opera. This is what I expect from you. I'll try to control myself. Her father's hand falls on her shoulder, brushing away her despair like dust. For an Arcanist, it's a long and bitter road. Right, because from what we've been told so far, Arcanists are more impulsive in general. They operate on vibes and impulse. But for a soldier, it is nothing. A soldier's career is spent making up for their own failures. Failure is expected, but one's legacy may be decided in only a few key victories. A man's Vindictae base destroyed, valuable prisoner captured, and supplies seized. Each of these victories will aid us in our future operations.
I've always been proud of you, Lopera.
Were you though? That sounds like a lie from after what we know from chapter 8. Hot tears well up in her eyes, but she holds them back stiffly. At most, she lets out a sniffle. You are to remain on the base for the next few days, rest and wait for the timekeeper to arrive in Sao Paulo. Perhaps you might make some new friends.
Father.
Father. What is it? You'll set things right in Sao Paulo, won't you? Yeah, about that. I won't let those who trampled on our loyalty and honor go unpunished. Zenor is a great and indestructible army. We are an unbreakable family.
I will never betray this army or my children.
That's disputable after chapter 8, depending on which side of the fence you are standing on. The Admiral scrapes a leaf of his boot against a dew-coated rock.
I trust you, Father.
That was a mistake. Lopera looks up, only able to see her father's towering shoulders. I'm slowly getting better at switching voices when I'm voice acting on the fly. Right, there's a side activity in this side mission. Going all in, and this is the exploratory version of that minigame that we just did, I think. The rainforest is filled with peril. Test your bravery here and see how far you can push yourself. Huh. Okay. You know what? I'll leave this alone for now, because this is just essentially a retread of the minigame that we just did. For now, I will get to the chapter 5 side quests. I think. I'll take a short bathroom break, like 3 minutes, and I'll be back. And we'll start it at the very least. So, be right back, like 5 minutes. Alright, and I'm back. So, I've unlocked the event already. It's this one. Say, are peacocks important in Polish culture? In what sense? In general or regionally? Regionally, probably. In general, not as far as I can tell. I don't recall anything particular as relating to the birds. By the colors in tradition, I think peacock feathers were used by what's the word? Polish so-called szlachta. So the highborn part of the society in the previous centuries past. So the peacock feathers were used by them in headwear accessory as headwear accessories, for example. That's one association that I can think of. But otherwise, I cannot think of anything else off the top of my head. Okay, so let's watch the intro first to remind ourselves of what the chapter was about in general.
Your watch was telling the wrong time.
Pardon me?
I fixed it for you.
2007.
Yeah. This is the year 2007. Is it not?
We believe everything can be translated into numbers. Things are made up of numbers. And mathematics is the key to opening the gate of truth.
How is this possible? You use a maths model to forecast the storm, and its results perfectly match what the Foundation recorded. We just worked out the patterns in the number sequences. Close your eyes, Vertin. Truth reveal itself to you.
Truth.
Timekeeper! Watch out!
Who broke the silence?
Sanette is in detention. They're planning to sentence her to death.
Those of you who agree to the death sentence may remain seated. Who wish to commute Miss Sanetto's punishment? Put your pebble into the pot in the middle of the hole.
The pure blood arcanist community. The unknown arcanum power. And the obsession with certain knowledge or identity. Sound familiar?
I take not thought for needless disputes.
I'm glad that I didn't see this trailer before I played the chapter, but it's incredibly good at recapping what happened in that chapter in general. So now both myself and you should be more clear on what this was about in general. Cool trailer when it comes out, the movie. Well, the movie was me playing the chapter itself back like a month ago or so. After you finish the side story for 6 and 37, will you read the side story for Isolde? Perhaps. That's one of the options, because I could unlock the event for her. I think it's this one, right? And Nusevan Lestel. I think this is the one. So we could jump into it as well and do the Isolde and Cacanha's side stories. I think that's what it contains, I'm guessing. In general, I wanted to go back and redo all those side stories for characters that we've seen in the chapters, We finished chapter 8 side stories. Now we are doing chapter 5 side stories. I know that I'm doing them out of order a little bit, but honestly, I'm going on vibes here. Okay. Crouch in the long night. I'm back. I don't know what was the peacock thread, but it comes if it comes to somehow important animals, then it would be the white eagle and storks. True. Those are the national birds of Poland in general. The peacock connection is very scarce, so to speak. Not really a thing. Okay, so which one will we do first? The one for 37, I think? Okay, so part 1. For some reason, many of them had peacock motifs. That sounds like a regional thing to me.
A voice came from above and spoke to the man. An important thing will happen to you.
Ah, interesting. A young 210. So this is happening years ago. The lecturer is young and proud, standing like a newly sprouted grapevine growing upright. What will it be? The man asked. You will gain wealth, you will gain fame, and you will walk in the garden of wisdom and happiness. The voice answered. Thus, until he died, he spent his life waiting for his fortune, and it never arrived. The lecturer walks from one side of the square to the other, an unfolded scroll in his hands. The voice from above brought promises, a glimpse of his forthcoming fate. He believed in the promise, and in doing so forged his own tragic end. Tiny 37 spotted. A soft, contented cooing comes from the audience.
37.
And a tiny Sophia, rather. The whispers fails to awaken the sleeping girl. After hesitating for a moment, Sophia reaches out and gently shakes 37. When I looked up Grzeszki, like the mascots, it makes it look like old school threads. I'm not exactly sure what you are referring to. Do you mean old school treats? Was that a misspelling? After hesitating for a moment, Sophia reaches out and gently shakes 37, right. Ah, yeah, so you meant treats. Well, in general, the branding for Grzeszki's didn't change much since the 90s, in general. So, you would be correct on that? Huh? What's happening? 37 rubs her eyes, lifts her disheveled hair, and looks around in a daze. Small. She was tiny already, now she's small. Has 210 finished his speech yet? Not yet, but you were sleeping so soundly just now that you were snoring a bit. I was worried they might hear you. And it doesn't seem polite to sleep during someone else's speech. Especially for 210. You know how much he enjoys delivering these lectures. He's always so concerned about whether he has the audience's attention. Right, he's basically a streamer. Without the camera and without the game. Apparently between 19th and 20th century, famous Polish poet and painter made peacocks trendy, hence why so many souvenirs have them. Huh. I didn't know that, honestly. Duly noted. Today we are learning. Ah, Wyspiański. Makes sense. That would check out, in general. Surely, though, it's worse to hinder others from acquiring knowledge like this. Truth should neither rely on such rhetoric nor be so opaque in presentation. I fail to see how there could be any real knowledge in this flamboyance. Right. So you see, I'm simply lessening his sins. At least the rhythm of his speech makes for a fine sleeping aid. 37 yawns softly and leans against Sophia. Yet the rhetoric about fate, path, and glory of self-selection continues to pour into their ears. 57 opens her eyes once more to see Sophia gazing forward intently beneath her red hair. Are you truly so rapt about this topic? I suppose I'm not sure yet. People have always cared about their fate, about what will happen tomorrow and the next day. I don't know my own number yet. I don't understand my essence, let alone fate. Sophia's gaze drops to her clasped hands, resting in her lap. This lecture doesn't make sense. Working hard and striving forward is obviously a good thing. But I feel like I still haven't found my way. I only just arrived here. There's still so much for me to learn. Sophia's voice is subdued, fading until finally reaching a whisper. She takes a deep breath, as if to revitalize her spirit, and lifts her eyes to look at 37. What about you, 37? Aren't you curious about at all about your fate? And she's EP again. 37 breathes out a steady huff. 0 is not the greatest prime number. Obviously, she needs sleep, and she's especially adept at falling into deep slumbers. 210's impassioned rhetoric is apparently so tedious to her that she can't hold her eyes open for even another moment. Dude is effectively having an ASMR stream live on stage. When the man lays sick in his bed, he cries up to the voice from above, asking, "When will all that you have promised finally arrive?" This Wyspiański has a colorful management that looks modern. Hi for the info. Well, there we go. Apparently, my watchers are art enthusiasts. I didn't peg that dude for it because I know him in real life. But I guess with Goggle on hand, everyone is an art enthusiast. The voice from the from above scorned him, saying, "It has already come and gone. Only you never sought it out." It's a very weirdly worded sentence. It has already come and gone, only you never sought it out. Right, okay. So the man lamented his cowardice, his idleness, and all the fortunes he had lost.
I hope.
That's why we should be vigilant about our own fortunes. We must keep our vision clear, listen to our own voice, and not stagnate waiting for the promises of others. If we succumb to cowardice or complacency, even those gifts promised to us by the fate can slip away. Right, carpe diem, as they say. Human innovation and knowledge come from courage, a thirst for truth and constant curiosity. It is for this reason that we must forge our own paths and control our own fates. He raises his hand high, and the future rhetorician begins to emerge. As he makes his eloquent speech, a pile of seashells amasses before him, one by one, representing the audience's support. He is satisfied, but not completely. He's getting donations, effectively.
Well?
Fate, yes. As we are discussing fate, we cannot ignore the fate of those sitting among us. Our star of Hermes fell upon fate at birth, bringing us a hope for enlightenment. We could let her speak to show her light hasn't diminished, but it seems sleep has taken a hold of her, preventing her from shining. She's eepy. 210 turns around and points abruptly to the other side.
But
fortunately, there are still those among us who can represent the inevitability of fate. He extends his hand, palm up, fingers forward, in an inviting gesture. The crowd disperses like startled fish, revealing a young man, rather.
My friend.
Come, Atticus, my friend. He who will receive the revelation. You are destined to become the perfect number, to receive all the wisdom and all the promises due to our future leader of Apiran. Interesting. So 210 got his number designation before 57 did. Before 6 did. Interesting. And 57 had her number before 6 did. Don't let silence swallow the light. Please articulate to us your views about fate and share your wisdom. The young man, given a prestigious title, does not stand out in the crowd. His gaze slides over the inviting hand and rests on the empty spot in the air beside it.
I think otherwise.
This is your speech, not mine, 210.
But
surely no one understands fate better than you, our perfect six, awaiting the arrival of your fate every moment, every day. So does he know his number, or doesn't he? He's still going by the name Atticus. So maybe he knows his number, but he has not taken the mantle of the leader yet? That would be my guess. The young orator holds the moment with anticipation. Yes, if anyone deserves to show wisdom comparable to his own, it would be his own present target. He greedily seeks the arrival of what he imagines to be an evenly matched debate. Allies move to surround Atticus, accustomed to being invisible in a crowd. He attempts to turn slightly as if to escape the challenge and the weight of their gaze. So he was a typical introvert in his youth. Atticus doesn't seem too happy. What is this revelation that 210 is talking about? Oh, nothing important. Just a lot of nonsense. All leaders are supposed to receive a special revelation when their soul numbers are revealed. It's the sign of succession to leadership. Like the Oracle of Apollo in Delphi. The commotion must have disturbed her sleep, or perhaps it is the peacocking of the orator that awakens her. Peacocks mentioned.
You have a point.
It all sounds incredible. Are you saying that they can hear the voice of the gods? Or is this something about numbers? The redhead, still new to the island, seems in awe. However, 37 thinks it's no big deal. But the leader's number has always been 6, so there's nothing new about this revelation. We already know the outcome. 210 uses far too many meaningless words. Why not just call him 6? You mean call Atticus 6? But isn't the current 6 that person? Huh. So they know that Atticus was supposed to be the next 6, but the current 6 is still alive, I'm guessing. Okay.
Certainly.
Oh yes, Atticus hasn't received the revelation yet. But he will be 6 eventually. It's in his destiny. I don't really know about that. The young man's voice grows louder, interrupting the distant whispers. How can that be? You are number 6, we all know. You will become number 6 and possess everything a 6 should have. Infinite wisdom, supreme wisdom, a sharp mind, and the poise of a leader. Well, that's a lot of expectations to pile upon a teenager. Since you inherited the bloodline of the prophecy, your revelation has been predestined since your birth. It's even more clear than a voice from above. Interesting. So it's tied to the bloodlines on the island? What number you are going to be? That's news. See how similar you are to the person in the story? You both heard the prophecy, and you both know your own fates. What did you gain from it? What did you hear? It is a bold challenge. A verbal challenge from the proud peacock to the island's future. To the island's future leader, excuse me. You didn't throw your seashells. I want to know why. Perhaps you can illuminate some of your ever-hidden thoughts.
I hope.
My friend, it is though the clashing of minds in a debate that we can gain a deeper understanding of one another. I pray you will share. His speech is interrupted by a crisp clattering sound. He looks down to see a new addition to the seashells at his feet. His hoped-for opponent gently tosses his challenge aside along with the seashells. 210 cannot read anything other than humiliation in the shell. Right. You misunderstand, 210. I have no thoughts on fate. Atticus finally meets his gaze.
I don't have an answer to your question.
He basically pressed the skip button on that debate. So that's another part done. Think we can do one more. Should have enough time to finish this. That time, we parted on true terms. After a long while, I grew taller. The hem of my dress has risen from the ankles to my calves. And Atticus I brought up Atticus and I brought up that avoided debate again.
Atticus!
Atticus! When I found Atticus, he was, as usual, wandering alone on the beach. I always found him there early in the morning, so if I needed to speak with him, I would come here at the same time.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sophia. He was bringing a stranded fish back into the sea. As it flashes from his hands, he gave me a smile.
Good morning.
Of all the people on the island, Atticus was the one I could communicate with the easiest. Right, because he had no patience for bullshit. It wasn't anyone else's fault. Apeiron operated on its own set of rules to maintain stability. It was always going to be difficult for an outsider to break into the tight-knit community. But my visits to the beach were not just to see him. Are you here to collect your sand again today?
Yes.
Yes. The fine sand here is ideal for polishing lenses. My father's eyeglasses are just about ready. His eyesight has been deteriorating more and more. I hope this will help. Maybe it's because of my father's health. I feel more upset and sensitive than usual. This is not a good time to confide. This morning, he woke up and asked me why it was still dark. Hadn't the day arrived yet? Ah, so was her father losing his eyesight? I worry that the glasses won't keep up with his decline, or perhaps that they were never going to help him. And yet, you still made them. I'm pretty sure it is a declarative sentence, yet I sense his confusion inside. More confusion than in any question. But I'm not always right, especially not on this island. So perhaps I'm imagining things. I stop speaking, knowing that sharing my worries over my father will do nothing to lessen them. The sea breeze blows over us. Each seagull's cry is distinct and loud. In the school, such unusual quietness often causes an uneasy feeling in my heart, anxiety. But now, despite the silence between us, my breathing is even. The space of the moment feels comforting. Time passes in hours as the sunlight reaches overhead near its zenith. At last, Atticus stands up. Are you leaving? Yes, it's nearly lunchtime. Huh? But it's still early yet. Are you hungry? No. He shakes his head slightly, but a bit uneasy. I need to go early, or there won't be any quiet spots left. I realize now why I rarely encountered him on the other routes I walk. Why don't you sit here with us? Is it because of 210? Right. They've got beef, basically. I asked softly, then immediately regretted, realizing that my inappropriate question would only cause awkwardness. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Panic occupies my mind, and I struggle to come up with a suitable excuse. No. Atticus's response surprises me. He gently shakes his head.
I think otherwise.
I'm not specifically trying to avoid him. As if sensing my guilt, he smiles. Before 210 was 210, he didn't look kindly on me, of course. That was to do with his competitive nature, which I never minded. Then he became 210, a number easily factored. And well, everything that came next feels terribly predictable. He looks down at the sand, then lifts his head again. I know why you asked, Sophia. Please don't take it too hard. That speech was just a trigger. Our interactions have always been like this.
Yes.
I try to remember that debate that came out of nowhere. I don't quite understand. When I first arrived here, you took such excellent care of me. And you, 210 and 37, grew up together as friends. But then, after your debate with him... I was young then, and I was flippant in my behavior. I provoked him. Given his character, I knew he would take it as humiliation. It was my decision, so I must accept the consequences of it. But that wasn't a debate, Sophia. He didn't want my point of view. Atticus's voice and manner are as calm and cool as the sea breeze. His description of his conflict with 210 feels more like it came from a distant observer. I know him. I know myself. We think differently. He's not in need of an exchange of ideas. In fact, he is not at all interested in what I think. He just wants a victory. He's basically an internet keyboard warrior, but in real life.
Yes.
He is competitive. His tone remains even, almost emotionless. An exchange of ideas like that is purposeless. Each side will stick to their own opinions, vainly trapped in positions. In the end, there is no mutual understanding. It only further reinforces their own defenses. He sighs, the confusion surfacing again. I tried and tried, but people always step into the same river over and over again. Honestly, I kind of vibe with Atticus's stance on this situation here. I often find myself arguing with people who don't even care what I have to say. They just want to validate their own opinions, and I have little interest in debates like that. I just get bored. Facing this inevitable end, and any action at all seems futile. I'm not sure what to say. His words hold merit, but I somehow feel... I Before I can utter another word, Atticus asks me a pointed question. Sophia, you're smart. You know enough about your father's health. You also know those glasses won't be of much help to him. Why do you choose to struggle so much against the path of fate? It's an offensive question, and I feel at first I should be uncomfortable with it. But I know it's different with Atticus. His confusion is genuine, not mocking or cruel. I rarely have the opportunity to mentor others on this island. The whole thing is unfamiliar to me. I don't know. I regret my response. It is too hasty, too dismissive. In fact, I have the real reason clear in my mind. When my mother was dying of her illness, I felt so powerless. I know I don't want to experience that a second time. I have to do something, anything. I take a deep breath, trying to gather my scattered thoughts. You're right, Atticus. Even with effort, we can't avoid the inevitable.
But I think we can't just sit around and do nothing about it.
True. Sometimes you just gotta rage against fate to do anything. Keep yourself busy. Even the people who are terminally ill will try even the most remote cures and attempts at salvation before they succumb to accepting their fate. The inquisition in his eyes is piercing. I feel suddenly I have to explain it in their way. Preparing for the inevitable is like preparing a psalm for a morning class. Practicing and familiarizing oneself with upcoming difficulties makes it easier to face them. I feel I don't often, or rather I lack the time to really consider meaning. Sometimes the quality that allows us to face our fate isn't necessarily courage. It might just be the fear of the truth. Perhaps I'm destined to forget that lengthy psalm. Perhaps there's nothing I can do for my father. But preparing for what must come is better than doing nothing at all. But giving hope to others must be done in the name of courage, if nothing else.
I just think...
If a glass bottle on the table is destined to fall, I would put a cloth on the floor around it. So even if the bottle does break, the mess will be easier to clean. Good analogy. Even if the attempt doesn't fix the problem, at least it will lessen the fallout. I turn to look at Atticus. He's frowning, as if pondering my words. Atticus, you don't actually want to answer that question, do you? I speculate on his thoughts, and this is also offensive. You heard from 37 and others in the school about this revelation. I don't understand what it is exactly, but they say it's a gift of fate. Just like that voice from above, the revelation promises all the wisdom of the world, of the six of each generation. To the six of each generation, right?
But...
I try to express everything I feel. Do you fear it? I don't know. His voice is so faint that the words almost feel illusory, like a false memory, that it begins to roar. Then it begins to roar.
If this gift is from the above...
And it never asks for your own desires or cares about your existence, Can it still be called a gift?
Do we really have no choice but to kneel before destiny, begging for its love and mercy?
He never wanted this position of a leader. Right. Atticus's hand trembles slightly. I'm surprised by the rage and intensity in his voice. I've never seen him so upset. The people of the island are generally reserved due to their intelligence. 210 is an outlier, but Atticus's words are still sharper. Maybe this is the perspective he held back from that debate. So I turn away from the table. I don't want to see whether the bottle is teetering. Atticus finally looks at the fine sand in my hand. But I think you're right. I only remember that at the end of our conversation, he came towards me with a kind of expression on his face. That expression was like a smile, yet also like sorrow, perhaps relief. A face filled with determination.
Thank you for the long talk, Sophia.
Thank you for telling me all this, Sophia. And thank you for listening to me, Atticus. We said goodbyes, as we did countless times before. Not affectionately, but also not quite distantly. I returned downhill to my home to continue making the lenses. Lenses I knew would never be of any use to my father. Well, gotta do something. Delay the inevitable. Or at least have the feeling that you do. He went uphill to his home, back to the brilliance of the current six in her supreme wisdom.
Goodbye.
I don't know why I said goodbye to Atticus. He turned back, nodding his head in acknowledgement. After that, I have never seen Atticus walking on the beach again. He began his long retreat. Okay. And I think that will be it for today. For Reverse 1999 at least. I'll be taking my scheduled break. It will take roughly an hour, more or less. And we'll be back around 6 PM of the time zone GMT +1. We'll be going back to continuing Cyberpunk 2077 then, in an hour. And for now, if you missed anything from this stream, I recommend going to my YouTube channel, where all my VODs get stored. It's linked in the Twitch description, and it's also available through the chat command of !YouTube. You can get the direct link that way. And the upcoming schedule is also available on my Discord server. It's linked in the Twitch and YouTube descriptions. And you can use the !Discord command to get the link directly. For now, thank you for watching and see you around in an hour, more or less. Ciao!